Hello again. Okay. Happy New Year. It is January 1st and I'm recording this. So, yeah. Happy New Year. I hope you had a good end to 2025. Yeah, so much happened in 2025. I'm glad to put it behind me. There were very low moments and very high moments. So, yeah, but there was a lot of trauma too, so let's just put that aside and look to the future, because I'm hoping that this year will be far, far better. And I hope the same for you, whatever's going on in your life. Anyway, so today I have my wrap up with all the books that I read and all the games that I managed to finish. I actually just finished counting. I thought it was 6 or 7. Turns out I finished 9 games, so a little better. Some of those were casual games, yes, but still, I've been so busy that's good. To me, it's good. Anyway, so let's get started. I read a total of 25 books in 2025, but only 9 of those came from the list that I made at the beginning of 2025. So, I still have 16 books from that list. I'm still interested in reading those. I will keep them on the list, but I'm not making a list. There's no new list this year. I am keeping it very low key. I have set my reading goal to like 12, which is very low. I'm definitely going to read more than that, but I didn't want any extra stress. So, I just made it achievable. You can totally do that. Make achievable goals. It's awesome. Alright, so let's get into all the books I read. I'll just go through it all. So, we have read, off the list, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. The Frozen River, that was early, one of the first books I finished. Mistborn, that was a reread, Brandon Sanderson. The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls, a classic that I hadn't read yet. We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I read this for Halloween. Another classic. Pat of Silverbush by L.M. Montgomery. I pushed myself through this. Didn't love it. Not my favorite L.M. Montgomery, but I got through it. That's all I've got to say. Sunrise on the Reefing by Suzanne Collins. I quite enjoyed this a lot. The Grimoire Grammar School Parent-Teacher Association by Caitlin Rosakis. I want to say, I was so excited to read this. It did not hold up to that hype at all. I should have stopped reading it because I just pushed through it because I was so excited to read it. I felt like I had to. And, I'm going to embrace not finishing books this year if they're just not worth it. And this book was not worth it. Sorry. Sometimes hype doesn't work. That's okay. Or sometimes, you can be hyped about something, but it doesn't always pan out. And this book did not work for me. A Natural History of Dragons. I did drop this book really early because it was just terribly boring. I don't get the hype. I know some people were talking about it and some people love it, but I don't get it. It is just boring. Yeah, so those were the books I read from my actual list that I made. And the rest of the books that I did finish, I've talked about these. I think I talked about them all, other than the ones that I read after September, after my last roundup or wrap up. But the rest of the books I read were How to Keep House While Drowning by Casey Davis. It's a good self-help book. Cold Clay by Juno Black. The House of My Mother by Sherry Frankie. Mirror Lake by Juno Black. The third volume of Witch Hat Atelier. I'd like to get back to that. I'd like to continue that. That's a really good manga. Mama Needs a Minute, which was a book I read at the right time, right place. It was very relatable. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. This was a fun read. It was okay. Vanishing Treasures, a bestiary of extraordinary and endangered creatures. I quite like this, by Catherine Rundell. It was very interesting, entertaining. Yeah. And then this book might have been my favorite of the year, and that's Impossible Creatures by Catherine Rundell. And I just bought the second book because it had come out. I'm excited to read that this year, hopefully. The 13.5 Lives of Captain Blue Bear by Walter Mowers. I think that's how you say it. I did not love this book, but I finished it anyway because of the audio. So, sometimes you have an audiobook, it makes it easier not to drop a book, but it wasn't worth it to me. Codename Helene by Ariel Lawhon. I enjoyed this. It was very interesting. I like Nancy Wake a lot. She's like one of my heroes. So it was good to read about her story. Allergic. I forget the author now, and I can't quite read it. I didn't write it down. So, yeah, this was a graphic novel about a girl who is allergic to dogs, and my kid is allergic to dogs, so yeah, I just wanted to read it. And hopefully my kid will overcome the allergy, but I know there's a strong possibility that she won't, but we're still hopeful. My friend outgrew hers, so you never know. It's possible. It's just, we'll see. And then I read Twilight Falls by Juno Black. So I read a lot of Juno Black this year. It's a good series. I quite enjoy it. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I'm not sure this is really worth it, but it was cozy. It was cute. I guess that's all there is to say. And then I finished Funny Story by Emily Henry, which I did talk about in the last wrap up. Yeah, it was alright. And then I read 2 Christmas themed books to end the year, and that's The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter, which I thought it was a lot of fun. The characters were dumb. They weren't, the brightest. It was very silly, very Hallmark movie, but I still enjoyed my time with it. So, yeah. And the final book I read this year was Small Things Like These by Claire Kagan. It was quite emotional for such a short book. It packs a punch, and it was very interesting. It was nice to learn about a time in Ireland's history. But yeah, kind of a sad read too. Yeah, so that's all the books that I read for the year. And like I said, I believe what I would pick as my favorite is Impossible Creatures. Sunrise on the Reaping is a close second. And the most impactful book, I want to say, Small Things Like These, or The House of My Mother. So, one is a memoir. Yeah, but it's hard to say what's the most impactful, I guess. But I guess those were, so we'll just leave it at that. Anyway, so now we can go on to games. So, I also made a list of games I wanted to play in 2025, and of that list, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Because one of those games did not come out yet. So, of those 13 games I made on that list, I actually completed 6 of them. I tried one, but I dropped it because I just didn't feel like playing it at that time. I'll give it another shot at a later date. But I finished 6 of 13. So that's pretty good. And those games were Xenoblade 2 DLC, Torna the Golden Country. I finally played that. Miles Edgeworth. No, why did I mark that? I didn't play that. Never mind. 5. I finished 5 of the 13. I don't know why I marked that. I did not play Miles, unfortunately. So, Xenoblade DLC, Emio the Smiling Man, Lemon Cake, Lego Horizon Adventures, which I quite enjoyed. I just enjoy Lego games in general. I just finished last month. Well, it's hard to say last month when it was literally yesterday was December. But in December, I finished Dragon Quest III HD 2D. So yay. I wasn't sure if I was going to actually finish on time, but I did. And then there were 3 games that I finished on PC. No, 2. And then a digital eShop game that I completely forgot. Well, I didn't forget, but, excuse me. I'm a little tired right now. Okay, so on PC I finished A Tiny Sticker Tale, which was very cute. 3 hours, short game, but very cute. And then there's a very casual game, Solitaire Quest Garden Story. This kept me sane during a very, very busy summer when I needed to de-stress, because solitaire can do that. So yeah, there's nothing to say about it. It's solitaire. But it kept me from being too anxious, I'll say. And then Tell Me Your Story. This was also another little casual game on the eShop, which was cute. Some of the puzzles I didn't really understand what to do, so I had to look them up, but it was good. It was okay. So those are the games, and I sampled a bunch of other games. So like I played other games, I just didn't finish them, so they don't go on this list. But I did play a few other games, but yeah, these are the ones that I finished. So yeah, not bad. That's 25 and 9 when I don't really have tons of time to, devote to hobbies. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So like I said, for this year, I did not make any lists. There are no lists for this year. I'm just gonna play whatever I play. I'm not counting. I'll talk about them, I'll probably still keep track. So I guess in a way I will be counting, but I'm not too bothered by however many. That's not my concern. And for reading, like I said, I made my goal very minimal. 12 books. I will read more than that, I know for sure. But there's gonna be more audiobooks this year. Yeah, I'm gonna get back into audiobooks. Because I won't have as much time for physical reading, I don't think. So, we'll see. We'll see what I can squeeze in. Yeah. So, that's my goal. And my goal with reading, I have another goal with reading before I go. I want to read more of the books I own, even if I can't read them physically, which, I own them, I should be able to. But if I can't, if I need to get the audiobook and just read them that way, and maybe occasionally, or use the audiobook to help me, because I sometimes do that as well. Yeah, I just want to read more books that I actually own. But for the first 3 months of this year, that is not going to be a thing because I have Kindle Unlimited, but it runs out March 21st. So I'm trying to get as many of those books read as I can while I have the service. And so, my first book this year, I decided to start Dungeon Crawler Carl, which so far is fun. I mean, I'm only 2 chapters in. But, yeah, it's very much written like a video game. It's amusing to me. We'll see how it goes. Depending how the first book goes will determine whether I continue on with it or not. Because there's other books on there that I want to read. So, yeah. We'll see. My library also has some of them. So if I can't read them through Kindle Unlimited, that's fine. I should be able to get them through the library now because my library just recently picked them up. I'm not sure how many volumes it did. There's 8 books. So, we'll try. But if it's not worth it, then I won't. Well, I mean, I won't say it like that, but depends how I feel at the end of book 1. If I love it, I will continue. If I don't, I will not. I mean, that goes without saying. But right now, I am enjoying it. Anyway, so I hope this is a wonderful year of playing games or reading or whatever hobby for you. Hopefully it's fulfilling and hopefully we have lots of fun together. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say here. Oh, I did watch 2 of the 3 movies that I think I mentioned last time. So, yeah. I still ended up watching 3 movies, but the third movie kind of changed. And it became Downton Abbey instead, the last movie. Because I had watched the entire series and the other movies, so it makes sense to finish it. And yeah. The other 2 movies were Pride and Prejudice and the new Fantastic Four. So yeah. Fun times. It was just nice to settle down and watch a movie. Because it doesn't happen very often. I've also been watching Freerun, which is nice. I have like 8 episodes left. And I know season 2 is right around the corner, so that's a fun one. I'm enjoying that as well. Alright, so that's all for now. Have a wonderful new year, like I said earlier, and goodbye.